Who is gonna be our in the practice range character? Wait, this is an important moment, chat. We might have to do some experimentation.
Here they come.
Who we are in the training range with every day. Historic moment right here. I didn't notice, but did Rival have a rough launch last night? No. You know what? Kind of scared to do this, but I know what's gonna happen. I feel like I should do like a very early thoughts on Rivals, because I already have
2 months and more to come.
Almost 9
Keep
hours
up
in the
the
game,
amazing
and I just started
content.
today. And I'm thinking about it, doing one, because I've already seen a lot of people speculate that the honeymoon phase will obviously wear off in a few months, which I agree with, it will, but there's so much good. There's already so much good. It's insane. The launch was good. Like, the only issue the launch had was that you couldn't buy the battle pass or spend money in the beginning. The only issues were the download issues. Oh, true, the download then unpack thing, but that was so fixable. All you had to do was restart your Steam, and like some people's downloads took a little while, which made sense. That's how I lost the name Flats, because my thing took too long to unpack. It is what it is. It's whatever. I honestly kind of, there's no streamer mode in this game, so I might rename myself anyways, just to not deal with people every game. But you couldn't buy the battle pass right away and couldn't spend money, and then I don't know if you guys saw last night, but there's this ticker went across the top of the screen, like Rivals put this thing out, and it said at the top, if you cannot buy currency or the battle pass right now, restart your Steam, and then it literally told you how to restart your Steam. It was like hit Shift Tab and then do this, and then you will be able to. They put out like a global message mid-game, and I was like, what the f? That's sick. I think everyone expected it was going to be a really, really rough launch because of how many people were excited to play. And even look at this. I know everyone and their mom is going to go, oh, Steam charts aren't real. And it's like, yeah, I know there's console. Yeah, I know there's all this other stuff. Trust me, I'm very well aware, right? But this is no joke. Chat. This game peaked out last night at 444,000 players. 444,000 players.
Incoming.
You know what's incoming? This game might be kind of insane. This is just Steam, by the way. Consoles obviously not taken into account. Yeah, and there's also Epic Games, and there's also consoles, right? Dude, this game might be like the big one. It genuinely could be. And I know a lot of people are already talking about, you know, individual characters and whatnot. And you know what's funny? As a streamer, I'll tell you my POV, right? Because like, I get to see stuff a little bit faster than most people do. People come into your chat or my chat and they'll tell me about like what they think or what's going on. I think I've seen at least 20 different characters people come into my chat and consistently talk about, oh, this character's broken, this character's busted. And I think that's actually a good thing. One, everyone is starting to think like everything is broken, everything is good, everything's insanely strong. And I think that's the route they're going. This might be a little weird, but follow my thought process through here. I actually really hope this game goes the complete opposite track that Overwatch does. And it's a very selfish reason for that, and I have two reasons for it. Number one, I'd love to see the timeline of where they go the opposite decisions and see how it works. That's very selfish because like I've already seen people talking about role queue, right? Role queue, for example, in Overwatch, I think is mostly accepted by today's player base as a very, very good thing. Old Overwatch players, we're talking 2016 to 2018 players, think role queue is what killed the game. There's many things that happened with it, right? There was longer queue times. You know, obviously you don't have the flexibility to swap to whatever you want mid-game, but it brought stability, right? I hope they don't go role queue. And the reason why I hope they don't is because I want to see what the timeline looks like where they don't go role queue. Oh, I saw Karq's tweet too. Yeah. Listen, Karq, one of the least controversial individuals on the planet. I don't think he doesn't mean anything by this. Karq couldn't hurt a fly if he, like, that guy is genuinely the nicest human on the planet. He tweeted this out. I think Mario Rivals is pretty fun, especially the chaos of learning all the new heroes they added, but after the initial honeymoon phase wears off, I think this game needs some form of roll lock badly. It was not fun playing 0 tanks, 4 DPS, and 2 supports. And you know what's funny, he says this? Because I was playing in a stack, like, we had like a few people, didn't have many people, it was me, Karq, Emong at one point. Emong got off though, so then it was just me, Karq, Seagull, Shade. And then eventually Shade got off and we added Somnus, and then eventually Seagull got off, and then we had a full stack for like a few games, right? Or no, we had a 5 stack for a few games. But those games, I played tank almost every single one of them, and I solo tanked almost every single one of them. And my chat was kind of getting annoyed. They're like, Futz, I want to see you play this, I want to see this. And I was like, dude, listen, I totally feel for you, and I get it, but you guys don't understand. The original way I became a tank player is because when I swapped to PC, I wasn't mechanically good enough to play DPS anymore. Like, I was very mechanically talented on controller back in the day. I played Siege player. We had no aim assist, so getting aim assist in Overwatch was a game changer. I was like, hell yeah, I'm all in. And then I swapped to PC, and I was a little old, right? Like, I think I swapped to a PC when I was like 21 or 22. And when you get a little bit older, when you swap inputs like that, it can be a little difficult to catch up. I'm not gonna lie, it is. And so I never really caught up, and then I got hard stuck around like Masters level for DPS, and I swapped to tank, and I hit GM in a week. And that's how I ended up going into tank, because nobody would play tanks in my games. So I have this inherent drive to make sure that everyone has fun in the game. And so that's how I became a tank player in open queue, was I would rather just tank the experience, because I can have fun on tank. I actually have a good time with it. I know everyone else has a bad, oh, you know, whatever. Like, it's not that, like, great. Like, they want to play DPS, they want to play support. I'm okay with playing tank, so I just take it for everyone else. And so I play tank for all of those games so everyone else can have fun. Those games Karq is referencing are the games where I played like Squirrel Girl or something else. We had no tanks on our team, we just got literally full held. So I like the way they're going with the game though, where it's like, you don't have to have a perfect comp, right? You don't have to have a perfect comp. We definitely lost games versus like 4 DPS, 1 tank, 1 support, which is nice, but also like,
here they come.
I understand what they're going for, and like how every character kind of like is in its own bubble, you know, where like you can have some survivability. You're not completely reliant on your team. You're not completely reliant on healing. You're not completely reliant on your tank, right? And so that's where I like where it's going, and I want to see what happens, because if it goes the complete opposite of Overwatch in that aspect, it's like a what if timeline. And the other thing I said I would give you 2 reasons that are pretty selfish on why I want to see it keep going the way it is. Or sorry, my second reason of what I think it's going to keep going, I hope it keeps going, is its balance. Remember at the beginning, I said to you guys, people keep coming to my chat and they say things saying, this character's broken, this character's broken, this character's broken, this character's broken, right? If they're going with the balance philosophy that everything is broken, at that point, it doesn't seem like they're going to go a super hyper competitive balance. I know people don't like to hear it, but Overwatch is pretty competitively balanced. Like, they try to make sure that everything feels somewhat on a even playing field. This game does not do that. This game is going for power fantasy for everything. And even some of the characters that I think are weaker, right? Like, for example, I think Captain America is kind of weak. Even though I loved playing him, I played a ton. I just don't think he does enough damage to be threatening. People still thought, oh my god, he's still strong because I can't kill him, right? Which is like different perspective. But like, even if they did give him a little bit more damage so he can actually kill things, it's just another like, oh wow, another really strong character. It's like that if everything is broken, nothing is broken kind of format. And it's like, yeah, this game's gonna be competitive. Of course it's gonna be competitive. But Overwatch, in a lot of ways, even though it's not perfect, is balanced top down. It's not perfect though. Like, they definitely up constantly. Like, they up with Malga, they up with Orisa, they with Hog. Like they don't know what to do with those goddamn characters until they rework them. Like, they genuinely are lost. They genuinely are lost. And I think they just don't have enough people working on the team to rework those characters and put out content. And like, you can kind of see that with like some of the content they've been doing in the last few months. You can tell it's a little bit less than it was in the early seasons. There's been layoffs. You can kind of tell. I just don't think they have the manpower to do everything at the same time that they're working on. That being said, what if this is the game that like super hyper competitive players scream and complain about balance, but other players don't care and they enjoy it? I think it's been a long time since that's been truly done, and we'll have to see how it goes. I hope that's how it goes, because I want to see it the complete opposite that Overwatch's trajectory is.
Brother,
went.
that's what we need.
It's the complete opposite trajectory of what Overwatch did. And I'm totally down for it. You know what's a lot of people ask me already for my takes on stuff. On like, you know, like, oh, do you think this character's strong? Do you think this character's strong? I don't even want to like say much, just because like, dude, it's so early. You can't even tell. Like, there's a lot of knee-jerk reactions to things. Like, remember the knee-jerk reaction to Black Widow? I don't think Black Widow's that strong. She's good. She's definitely good. So far, it's too early to tell on a lot of those things. Gatekeeping. No, I just think it's gonna be, I don't know. I think it's gonna be exciting. And at the end of the day, if you're an Overwatch only person, I think you should definitely give Rivals a chance. I think if you're a Rivals only person, I think you should not make your entire personality about I only play this game because Overwatch. Because I don't think people understand how damaging it is to both ways. And I'll give you a quick example. Hopefully she doesn't mind me using her as an example here. But I saw this tweet and it resonated with me last night, or 2 days ago. And said, my first impression of Marvel Rivals was people saying it was going to kill Overwatch, which sucked to hear. So I initially didn't want to play. After watching long-form content, it looks like a separate game to Overwatch and worth a chance. So yeah, stop the hate. It scares people away. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, you have competitors in a market and it drives everyone to be better. So I'm really excited to play more Rivals. I'm already here today. I'm going to be playing more today. I'm going to be playing more tomorrow. I'm going to be playing more the next day and the next day. And then I'll probably play some Season 10 because Hazard was pretty cool, but then I'll probably come back and play more Rivals, right? I just like, you can do whatever you want, of course, but I'm making that like small request of you just because like I want to see it all do well, personally. And I think that's part of the key, making it do well. That being said, I do want to finish up really quick with one last thing. I don't think this game and Overwatch are clones. Like everyone says like, oh, this game is just Overwatch. It's sort of not though. In a lot of ways it is kind of different. Like I see the similarities for sure, but it's really not. This game is really, that is the other thing, this game is really difficult to run. Like I have a NASA computer and my computer definitely is chugging a little. Point is, if you haven't given Rivals a try, I think you should give it a try. Game is free to play, might as well. And it's really fun. It's actually really, really, really fun. So you should definitely give it a try. But I do think that it's not totally as big of an overlap as people said it was. But it is definitely going to be a competitor that I think hopefully drives each one to be better than it currently is. So far, I've been enjoying Rivals. I've been enjoying the of it.